Spokesman said
It's our airport.
it can
It's
be
what
the
we
most
got,
loved.
right?
I'm saying best love.
I don't know. A lot of work. A lot of work.
Okay,
has
now
to be done.
we're going to move on to
But-
water. Real quick.
Well, water is, you know, there are 30 government agencies involved in regulating
30.
water.
Yeah, it's
30.
ridiculous.
Yeah, well, yeah,
And not
it's,
enough
it's
water to
challenging. So there,
Not enough water to drink.
well, there are a lot of people drinking it. There are a lot of problems with
Potable water.
deforestation. Although there's a big, Secretary Pahe is doing a big reforestation effort, and there's a ban on logging. So and there's a worldwide challenge for water.
Yes.
So one of the first act is a water reform bill, which I don't think it'll pass in this Congress, but it needs it's been introduced. There needs to be areas to be. Let's get an agency together. We actually talk about
Single agency.
Well, we talk about a Department of Water in here, and then for Metro Manila, we still only really have one dam. We need maybe not a huge like Labuan, but maybe some smaller dams to give us some extra water, and we need to reforest the area around Laguna de Bay.
We don't have enough water.
Well, things like Bantay,
That's ironic for a
Calacasa.
country. That's ironic for a country that has more water than land.
We don't. The water runs off too fast, and the rivers are polluted, and so there's a lot of challenge in that sector. And cities, right? You go down to Cebu, you go to Iloilo, and you ask the mayors about the percent of the households that are served by
30%
water.
for usual average.
It's low.
Lower.
Yeah. And the politics are interesting in water. So we have had a very successful privatization of the two concessions in Manila that was done, as you recall, back in the Ramos administration with the help of the IFC. And that's much improved the service of water, the price of water. So I think we have examples right here. That's a form of a PPP.
Not just the service,
Yes.
the water loss.
And the loss.
Non-revenue water.
Yeah, but some of those pipes went back to the Spanish period, right?
We used to have the oldest water system in Asia.
You sure? Sure we don't still?
One of
Oh,
the
no. All right, after water, we need to cover all seven.
Well, telecommunications.
Yes.
I think we did great when we entered, the competition was introduced, but we still, and we have a lot of cell phones, etc., but we're not the leaders in this
The
area.
problem with telecommunications is pricing.
It went down rapidly. I remember I paid $3.50 a minute to call the States, then it went down to 40 and it stopped going down. It could go down further.
We're twice the rate of the United States, diba?
Yeah, although we have options. Remember we used to dial a number, somebody called back, now we have Skype, right? We have
Skype is voice and video.
Magic Jack, and we have lots of things. But it's not just phones. It's our broadband is not adequate. Adequate. It's not fast. Even here in Metro Manila, it's too slow. Or what's fast is very expensive. So a lot of investment needs to go into broadband. It needs to be spread throughout the country. It's very transformational. And also as phones move into more sophisticated phones, the same sort of thing that happened with the early generations of cell phones and texting is going to bring web access to a lot more people.
Right now, John, our broadband is closer to band, as in bandwidth 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
because the rates and the service are so atrocious.
Well, it needs to be more reform on that. And
so next, what next?
Well, next is we didn't talk about ports.
Ports.
Ports. And I'm very interested to see in the paper just this week an analysis being done at DOTC where Secretary Rojas is talking about focusing on major ports in areas.
How many?
You don't want to do it,
ports.
but don't do a port in every province. That's like every congressman wants a college in every district, right? What you do is you get quantity and you sacrifice quality, and they become more expensive.
So the priority ports are how many? 40?
Oh, I don't know. It'd be much less than that. I mean, if you, what you do is you have ports that have more and more traffic, so they get more and more vessels that are larger, and the cost per ton is cheaper.
The problem,
and then you have road transportation.
John,
the problem with ports is not the private sector, but the Philippine Ports Authority. It's a monopoly.
Well, it's both a port operator and a regulator.
Yeah.
So we have a big problem here in Manila. We have congestion. And we have two ports to the south, one to the south, one to the north, Batangas and Subi, where the government has borrowed hundreds of $millions.
Both of them are underutilized.
Underutilized. Tony, do you realize Batangas has zero traffic this year?
Yeah.
Subic has about 5%
Really?
compared. Yeah. So, and then you ever go down on Saturday on South Supa Highway near Makati, and it's just a long line running for kilometers
Container
of trucks moving containers. So there needs to be a use of those ports that the government.
But why is
invests in.
Batangas not being used?
Well, the problem is, and then you've got
This year.
hundreds of locators down there willing to export. You've got to get the shipping lines to start coming in.
Yeah.
They're very used to using Manila.
There's another chicken situation.
But you can,
But
you
the
know,
chicken and egg this time.
but you lower the fees. You give Thailand had this situation. They had the port of Bangkok and Lumpur.
You mean Batangas port is very expensive?
No, but you can incentivize, right? You incentivize for a period of time, or you subsidize to get the ships starting to come in, and then it builds up from there.
Okay, we're going to continue this discussion. We'll be right back. You're watching BizNews. We'll be right back.
Quick melt. The taste will melt your heart. For me, nothing melts quicker than Magnolia Quick Melt. Quick melt.
Okay, we got two more big winners. Mining, real quick.
Mining.
Yes.
Well, mining deserves more than being real quick. It has great potential and great challenges.
How much potential earnings from mining, John?
Well, for the government, trillions of pesos. The problem in mining is that the small mining is giving all mining a very bad
name.
reputation. And the small mining, which is often authorized by the local government is either involved in the mining, or it certainly doesn't have the capability of regulating and inspecting, etc. So there is a form of mining that is responsible, that is more sensitive to the environment, that restores the environment, and creates better jobs. And, you know, Canada lives off of mining. Chile lives off of mining. Australia lives off of mining. So why can't the Philippines, which has the fourth largest mining resources in the world, also develop the mining sector? So it can be done. I think we applaud the statement of the President when he was down in Leyte that he was establishing a mining policy group. He appointed 4 people to that.
But is there a mining policy?
There is a mining policy that is reflected in the law, with the 1995 law, which is one of the best in the world.
What is the mining policy of the Aquino administration?
The mining policy of the Aquino administration, as the President expressed, is to respect the environment and to do responsible mining. Why, even the leaders of the Catholic Church, if you talk to them, agree with that statement. What people don't like are the miners that just, like the people that used to log, they will just take and not give back. And that needs to be controlled.
So
there is a mining policy being developed as we speak. As we speak, there will be the 4 people named, Secretary Pahe, the former Secretary goes on, Nieves Acosta, I don't know his title, but he's an advisor there, consulted the President, and Arangkada. They're making recommendations. They consulted on Monday with the industry, with NGOs, with indigenous peoples.
John, it is clear that
so the President asked for recommendations by the end of December.
The Aquino administration,
yes, the right kind.
So the key is responsible mining.
And I think, I mean, all Filipinos will agree if you have responsible mining. Now, what's happening with open pit mining in places like South Cotabato or Zamboanga, there is an issue in which the national government is not paying the share of the national wealth taxes rapidly to the local government, because BAR wants to verify everything, so there's a delay. The companies pay to the national government, and then
anyway,
it takes 2 years before it goes down.
About tourism.
Tourism.
Can we do 6 million?
Tourism.
Can we do 6 million by 2016?
I think you can do more.
Could do more, 10 million.
Yes. No, I mean, AirAsia alone with 13 aircraft can do several million. I think you could do 10 million, but you really have to revolutionize your thinking. You have to develop the major airports. In addition, Manila is full. New Delhi, Clark,
Yes.
Cebu, Davao, Iloilo, and then after that, Bacolod, Puerto Princesa, Tagbilaran.
So at the very
Bangla.
minimum, we need to do that.
And you have to do that. Then you have to make sure that the roads and the water system and the garbage around those areas, you have access to everything that is there, and you have to build rooms.
So, John, overall, we can be a very rich country.
You are a rich country. It's just not properly
The people can be very rich.
Look, why is the per capita income of Indonesia going up to the Philippines? Now, they've slowed down their population growth. And even this book covers things like public health and
So can you
population
show real
policy.
quick?
Oh my
Arangkada
goodness. Are we
Philippines,
at the end?
And the
Here's the book.
website?
There's a website I'd like everyone to look at called www.arankadaphilippines.com or investphilippines.info. And the book is totally accessible there, totally free there. It can be downloaded. It can be reprinted. We have a news service. You can subscribe. You can join us on Facebook, LinkedIn, or you can subscribe to Twitter, and we will send you news as much as you like. We've had, we invite your audience to we don't have a prize or anything. We should, I suppose. In fact, I announced a free copy to whoever's the number 10,000th visitor. We hit 9,800 this morning. So in the next couple of days, we're going to get to 10,000. That's from 83 countries, but mostly the Philippines. More of our fans are in the Philippines than any other country in the world, Beth and Tony.
Okay, so we wish you more power and more success for all of us.
Great, for all of us.
Thank you for being on our show, John.
All right.
And thank you for sharing.
And thank you for doing
pleasure.
the thinking for our country.
Oh.
We all have to work together.
Well, it's my home.
Thank you. Thank you for watching BizNews. You've watched another episode of BizNews. We'll watch us every Wednesdays at 8 p.m. We'll see you again next week. Have a good night. God bless. I'm Elizabeth Dee together with Tony Lopez. Have a good night.
Okay.
Thanks for joining us.
Okay.